What's going on, you guys? What's up? What's pop? Alright, so seriously, what's up? So today we're going to be working on the sports bike. It's a 93 Kawasaki 600, Kawasaki Ninja 600. Basically, what I want to do is I want to take off this whole aftermarket headlight that's on there. I want to take off the tank. I'm going to try to fix some of the dents that are on there. He pounded up this whole thing so he could stand on it or do stunts or tricks or whatever. This is how I got the bike. I've never worked on a stunt bike like this before, so this is all new to me. All I've been doing is nothing but the cruisers. I've done a few of them, a few modifications where I turned them into bobbers. So this one has the 99 forks in the front from 99 Ninja. So what I want to do today is I want to take this whole panel off and I want to see what's under there. So right here you can see it, this metal frame. If it's got like a nice metal frame, then I'll just take this off and leave the metal frame on there. And go ahead and give it a paint job, make it look different than what it looks like now. So the first thing we gotta take off is this right here. There's like some bolts right there. I believe those are 10 millimeter. The back one was kind of loose. That one was loose. This one was a little bit. There's a little screw right here. There's another one on this side, right here. Alright, so I got the screw off. So let's see what this reveals. Wow, look at that. It's a big mess under here. Alright, you guys, so we have way more stuff here than what I thought was behind that cover. So this looks like the overflow tank for the radiator. This is for the brake. There's the brake pedal. We got some fuses or relays. Let me see the battery. Let's go to the other side. This side is kind of dark, but there really isn't anything but a relay here. All right. So I'm taking off the screws that hold the seat in right now. I already took off the other side. So now what I'm going to do is take this one off. And the seats should be loose now. There's the two little ones. And here's the seat that was on there. We have more stuff right here. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is loosen the bolts that hold the tank. And I just want to take a look under there, see if the wires are in there. So I could wire a tack. We're going to have to wire a tack. Some turn signals, because these turn signals are not working. And I don't know if there's wires even in the back. So I might have to rewire the whole, get into the wire harness and rewire the turn signals to the bike. Another thing is this tail light right here. I really hate that tail light. I'm going to tell you guys right now. That thing is gone. It's completely gone. Alright, so the two screws on here, I took them off already. You sort of see it right there. Let me go around this way. So this one's gone, and the other one is gone on the other side. So basically the tank is loose. I just gotta take off this pad right there. And we should be able to pop this tank off. Alright. Let's take a look under here. Any wiring harness? It's not looking good. I don't see any extra wires. Ooh, look at that. I would love to take those and put them on a Honda. Alright, so this wiring harness I got in there. I'm going to try pulling out some wires. See if there's any extra wires that would lead to like a cluster, a gauge cluster that would plug in or anything. And I don't see anything. Everything leads somewhere. So this guy really fucked me over with this wiring harness on here. It's just a mess, man. See, this is all, he did all this himself, I think, right here. That's just a mess. So basically, the other option I would have is to get a whole engine harness for it and run it everywhere. Alright, so what I'm thinking right here is to leave that where it is, take this, leave that where it is, take this, and try to hide all this under the seat, and then this line that runs up here, run it behind, and try to get everything nice and tucked so you won't be able to see any crazy lines or anything. Try to get it all cleaned up. Same thing on this side. Get rid of this, like tuck it in there really good. So all we have is the frame, the main frame right here. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get a different tail light and either make my own harness where I run it to the actual switch right here, left and right, so both blinkers will work on the switch, and just like make my own harness and splice it in. So this bike, like I said, I got it for a good deal, and now we finally began working on it. Alright you guys, so this is what I'm thinking. Before we get too far into this project right now, what we gotta do is we gotta go ahead and clean it up, give it a good wash, give it a good clean, and I had a few ideas right now. I was brainstorming for 5-10 minutes. So basically, redo the tank with some grips on the top, grips on the side, all white, and go ahead and hydro dip it. Hydro dip the sides, just how I did with this bike. So basically it's going to be a white tank, grips on the side, grips on the top, and hydro dip on the whole side right here. The other thing I was thinking is highlighter yellow for the main frame area right here, this way, up, the tires, the other tire, and the metal frame, and that little wing that it has right there, little tail to it. Then I was also thinking some leather brown for the seat, and for right here, replace this with a different one, with a nicer looking one, and then maybe take off this cover that's behind it, so it could be like see-through all the way through, and then take this and hide it underneath the seat. Take all these relays, hide them underneath the seat. Different tail light. Different headlight also. So either way, like I said, I went ahead and I put the screws back for the tank, because we still got to pound this. I don't want this moving around while I pound it in. And also, this is just sitting on there. There's a little bit of rust on here on the frame, so we're gonna have to sand all this. And this is the plastic I was talking about, taking this off. So then all you see is like the actual frame. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those Ducatis that have the frame like exposed. I think those things look pretty badass, giving her a wash. Alright, so I moved the bike over, and I went ahead and I sprayed it all down with some of this stuff. Sprayed the whole thing everywhere. So now I got some windshield washing fluid. I'm just gonna fucking spray everything down all over. Try to get this whole thing fucking clean up really good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the rag, and I'm gonna wipe it all down. But I went ahead and I moved the bike over there because I gotta get the Civic over here. I gotta get those tools cleaned up from the floor. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep soaking this. Try to get it cleaned up. You guys gotta remember that this was a stunt bike at one point. So this bike was probably dropped. It was probably beaten up. Basically what I want to do is bring it back to life. Keep it as a stunt bike, but bring it back to life. And even if I end up dropping it at one point, I'll end up fixing it. But you know, get it nice and cleaned up. Alright, so I got it pretty clean right now. You can see all the nastiness on the floor right here. And the other side. So basically what I'm going to do right now is start her up and let anything burn off from the motor. So I turned her on, you can see all the smoke coming off of it. It's going to burn all the stuff that I put on there. I'm going to have to open the other garage door. Got all septic kit in here. Alright you guys, so I went ahead and I took off this piece right here, it was right there. I took it off. I loosened up the screws on all of this. And basically now that this is kind of loose, you guys can see the frame. This whole section right here. That's kind of the look I was going for. To just have the frame exposed on the side. And hide all this other wire harness and all of this stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to pull this whole thing out and see what it looks like. I got to unclip some stuff over there. And then on this side, I went ahead and I removed this little box that was here. I took the screws off. I believe it's going to be like a resistor box or something like that. And basically, once this whole thing's out of the way, you should be able to see right through it. And maybe I'll take it out, completely off, this whole plastic, and cut a chunk off, like right here, just so it still has all of these wires and everything, just so they have something to sit on, and they're not exposed to any water or anything from the tire. But I don't think I'm going to be riding this bike in the rain or anything. This is just more of like a stunt bike to mess around in the alley. Well, that's going to be it, you guys, for the first episode. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Like, subscribe, share. Peace.